Peep in, holler if you have anything to say.
Well, you know you're being recorded, right?
Now I do. Now I do.
I'm here with Shining Eddie from the Shining Wizards, or AKA Shining Edward Jackson of WrestlePro.
Yes, sir.
He's wearing the actual hoodie, which I gotta get one, but
Comfy, cozy.
I'm so stuck on my Under Armour hoodie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Too comfortable, right? You don't want to give it up?
Well, then again, it's gonna be EJ5 hoodie. Then really,
you need an EJ5 hoodie.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna take my Under Armour and just take the symbol and put it up there. Put the hand signal.
Like those bootleg Simpsons shirts I used to come out with. You gotta make a bootleg. EJ5.
Oh yeah, the Black Bart back in the day. Oh my god. They had a Jamaican bar.
Yes,
they did.
Yeah, they had a Jamaican bar.
They did.
Wow.
So this show WrestlePro, I've been a fan of it for so long, like since its inception in March, but I really say January. Because there was a little falling out between the owners, and Pat took it over, and it was a GFW show, the Global Force.
Right.
So you guys are excellent. I love the characters, and it was make me come here from Baltimore because indie shows, certain ones I work for. I don't work for WrestlePro to put that on the record, but it's just your characters. Chris Avery Kuling, I can't stand him. I can't stand Bobby Wayward. Anthony Bowens, I can stand him. I'm a big fan of Danny Moff, or Dan Moff, legend right now. And then I'm a fan of your character, Shining Edward Jackson, in the hand salute.
Thank you, man.
But I'm gonna get into that for a bit. But tell me, what was your love about the business?
My love about the business, man. I grew up watching this business.
Mm-hmm.
Started out when my dad woke me up. I was probably like 5 years old. Woke me up in the middle of the night and said, "Come watch this match." It was King Kong Bundy smashing Hulk Hogan on Saturday Night's Main Event.
That was like 86.
Avalanche in the corner, yeah. And I was hooked. That was it. My first WrestleMania 2 on pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I was hooked ever since then, man.
Have you met Bundy?
I have met Bundy.
Oh my God, his hands are still hard as sheetrock.
They are. They are. I met him in an ice cream shop in Wildwood, New Jersey. He was getting ice cream with his wife or his girlfriend, and me and my sister's boyfriend posed for a picture, and my sister's boyfriend kind of smacked him in the tummy and said, looking good, Bundy." Bundy gave him the look of death.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, it's the best picture I have with the wrestler, though.
Okay.
Yeah, bags of ice cream in his hand.
What, Gorilla Monsoon said he used to be big as a condominium?
Yes.
His back or something like that?
Yeah, he was a big boy.
So it just got you into the business, and then, who were the guys that you liked?
Oh, wow. Hulk Hogan, of course. Growing up, Hulk Hogan.
Really?
That was the man growing up. You could not like Hulk Hogan when you were growing up. That was like my superhero, man.
Well, I first saw him, Hulk Hogan, and you're right, he was number one. But I saw Savage and Warrior, and I was like, these guys are colorful. Hulk Hogan came out in yellow tights, and red, and then Savage had all these exquisite gear. This is pre Macho King.
Right.
I liked him better. And then when he started wearing the funky pants, and I was like, nah, I'm good. It was up until his retirement I liked him. Then after that, it was that the
one suit, the one piece kind of thing he would wear after retirement. One piece, and the cowboy hats.
Yeah. I wasn't into that, even though Miss Elizabeth, I hated the way he treated her back in the day. Also, I hated Ted DiBiase.
Oh, I hated him too.
Because
he was such a good heel.
I hate to sound racist, but he had a black guy as a manservant.
Yeah, he sure did.
And I was like, come on now, like you serving this white man here, and I was so afraid that back in 1991, where they had the falling out, that he was going to say N-word, pick up the bag, pick up the money or something, and I was like, imagine the heat.
Oh, that would have been. I don't know if that would have been good heat or bad heat. That would have just been heat.
Yes.
It's like, whoa.
Sergeant Slaughter heat.
Sergeant Slaughter burning the American flag type heat, right?
Oh yeah.
Definitely. I love Ted DiBiase though. He was one of the best.
So my all-time favorite heel is Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper as a heel.
Because my definition of a heel is that you piss people off. Like, I don't care who you are, you piss people off. You got like a jerk. You don't play to the crowd, and a lot of wrestlers don't do that. So
they want that cool heat. They want to be the cool bad guy that everyone likes.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
I really don't.
I want to be the asshole.
Yeah.
Piper was the asshole when he was a heel, and it was great.
Oh yeah, you can say asshole in the show too. You can say whatever you want.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. I gave you that look after I said it, like, ooh.
No. Let me tell you something. I don't really curse on the show. I let my guests do anything they want. I just let people know. You should have heard my Jake Roberts interview.
I did.
He was cursing all over.
Every other word is F this, F this, son of a this.
But you grew up around here in New Jersey. It was a lot of business that was coming through. So what got you from Eddie the boy, the little kid, to Shining Eddie?
It's an interesting journey. Definitely an interesting
Like
journey.
doing the Shining Wizards podcast.
Doing the Shining Wizards. There was a little bit of wrestling before that too. Back in well, everyone did the backyard stuff, but back in I'd say maybe 98, 90, maybe 97, 98, I got interested in maybe trying to learn how to train. Went to Gino Crusoe school for a couple weeks, I'd say.
Really?
Tried the Jersey All Pro school a few times. Shining Wizards Kevin, who's sitting over there.
Oh yeah.
Him and I, we went to a Jersey All Pro Tough Enough. Danny Moff chopped him in the chest like 13 years ago.
How was that, by the way? You can speak.
What the Jersey All Pro Tough Enough?
Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing. That was like talking about like living like your dream at like I was 18. I was only 18. Just graduated high school. Was going to actually you brought up Baltimore. I was going to college at Towson University.
Good school.
Yeah. So I was on my way there, but then I got this Tough Enough opportunity or the Jersey All Pro thing. Danny Moff beat the shit out of me.
Yeah, he did.
How was your chest?
Like literally a handprint, and I've told the story a million times on our show, but I'm glad to share it with you guys. Like literally a hand right here, and then when like I would move my arm, the fingers were up on my shoulder, and the palm of the hand was right on my chest. So it was literally crazy. And you want to talk about a journey now coming back here at WrestlePro all these years later and being associated with Danny Moff is absolutely fantastic. So
Yeah, I got to talk to Wayward about his back and his chest.
oh, Wayward got it good.
Yeah.
He got it good.
I think some bacon got slapped off his back during the show
I
tonight.
think he lost a nipple. I think I saw one of his nipples from the third row.
I don't want to check for that one.
No, you don't have to check for that one. But yeah, that was the beginning. And then a friend of mine was promoting an organization called SSCW at the time. And he booked me and a friend of mine in a tag team title match against two other guys that were training. We had no business in the ring at that time. At all.
You crapped the bed on the match.
Oh, we crapped the bed. Hardcore.
Like hard diarrhea crap.
Hard diarrhea crap. Like, I never ran the ropes before, and I'm shot off the ropes. I'm like, I don't know how to hit these ropes at all.
Yeah.
It was terrible. But when we were done with the match, we were like, that was the best thing ever. We did so good. We thought we did so good. But looking back at it now, I'm like, I did not belong in the ring. I did not belong in the ring. And then just kind of fell out of the whole dream after that. And then our buddy Tony, Shining Wizards Tony, about 5 years ago now, this month, said, let's do a podcast.
Really? So you guys were like podcasts before podcast. It was like you, Colt. It was like a handful of people at the time that was doing it. Yeah. I mean, Colt does his on the road. I'm trying to get Colt, but it's going to take pulling teeth for him.
He's 3 rooms down.
Well, he doesn't do interviews, and because he influenced me to do my show. And then when I talked to him, he's like, "Oh, really? Oh man, cool, dude." And then next thing I just walked away.
I think Colt influenced Tony to want to start doing this too. If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
So is Ed, Tony, Kevin,
and
Matt?
Yeah,
I think I met Matt.
Yeah, lifelong friends too.
Oh
We've
man,
known each other like 20 plus years.
Okay, so yours is a show that you do in the basement
of Tony's house,
a finished basement.
Totally basement.
Kevin's laughing.
It's he decked it out and turned it into a studio, but it is definitely the basement of his house.
See, it's not a marked basement. It's not like how some people are. Just put up some microphones and it's cold basement with roaches and rats.
No.
He finished the basement and turned it to a studio.
Exactly.
And a lot of rappers, when they do it at home, do it so they don't have to do all that studio time and pay that money.
Costly.
Yeah,
it's costly.
I mean, come on, man. We can go out for pizzas after this.
I know, right?
You gotta pay no money.
Yeah, exactly.
But so tell us the format of your show and what you guys do, because I know for me, I used to get you guys confused with Midnight Jury, and that's my man Murder Mike in Philly.
Yeah.
Mike and Adam and
Sydney.
Yeah,
Cal.
Sydney. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me about the format of your show.
Format of our show. Wow. Do we even have one, Kevin? Oh, you're
just for friends.
No.
Are you gonna stop me from biting my tongue and saying things I shouldn't say? Here, go ahead. What do you got?
No, we're four, like this is what I always say. We're 4 guys, 4 wrestling fans who just love to talk about wrestling. And basically our tagline is we're wrestling talk and talk about wrestling. Because we don't want to do anything else. But at the same time, we manage to work in our own like personal anecdotes and stories, and it's just relatable and it's fun and it's great and it's real wrestling talk, and we don't pull punches. We try to be as real as possible. And then at the same time, we all know it's a business. It's fun. It's an escape.
Yeah.
So that's what we try to make it. I think. I don't know.
No, you nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed it. And we talk, modern day stuff. Sometimes we'll cover old stuff. Sometimes we'll just complain. A lot of it lately was just complaints.
Okay.
About, how we're watching Monday Night Raw. And we're just like, oh my God, what are they doing? What are they doing? I mean, it gets tough to watch current stuff sometimes. It does for me. And the boys anyway.
I do myself, and it's like I have this rule about movies and wrestling. If I'm on Facebook, concentrated on talking to you or whoever about it, about anything in life, then the show is not that great.
Right.
I mean, I didn't attend a WrestlePro show that was in Brooklyn. And I talked to you for like 2 seconds because I asked you about Chris Avery Keeling's music because it was so scary.
So good.
It's so scary. And then next I just stopped talking and saw the whole show, and it was actually good. And I do that with movies. If it's a crappy movie, I'm on online just looking everywhere like, what am I doing?
Yeah. I hear you, man. Raw to me is like background noise now.
I'm a SmackDown guy.
SmackDown's a better show.
And they're really pulling like new talent to be on that show because I'm not trying to be a complaint fest, but let's say for the women, for instance.
Yeah.
Raw is based out of 2-3 women. SmackDown has about 4, 5, 6, but 2, because they got the belt.
Yeah.
And other than that, James Ellsworth, who is he's not a friend of mine, but we're more acquaintances.
Yeah.
Because he comes out of Baltimore. People are popping big for him.
He's terrific.
Like, I saw him one night, and I was just like, oh, okay. James is on TV. I'm not going to say his real name. James is on TV, so I'm going to see him. Then we're going to see his shows coming back to Baltimore. Next he blew up.
Yeah.
And he's like this greatest thing ever in wrestling.
It's nuts right now, isn't it? The best underdog.
To me, he's up there with Dario Cueto.
Yeah.
Lucha Underground.
Yeah, definitely.
But to the product, what do you want to see in wrestling? What drives Eddie to love wrestling? I'm saying this wrong, but what brings you to the table and catches your attention?
Nothing recently. What catches my attention now is all the stuff I'm doing at WrestlePro. What sometimes...
Well, I was just talking about content.
Content-wise, continuity, man. I need stuff to make sense to me. I need storylines that have depth. I want to be talked to by the wrestlers on the TV and the announcers on the TV as if I'm an intelligent human being. I don't want my intelligence insulted.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like I'm getting a lot of the time. There's no continuity. They jump from one thing to the next. Sometimes the storylines are so poorly written. But I'm looking for that one thing that's just going to bring me in, like a little bit of realism. Okay. When I saw Brock and Goldberg in the ring do their thing, I was hooked. When Goldberg first came back and cut that promo, it was real. You need it to be more heartfelt, not so scripted. You need to be invested emotionally into it, and that's very hard for me to get to do right now. But I still watch because I'm hoping that something will do it. Because my love for wrestling and watching it will always be there. I'll always watch it. I'll never not watch it.
Yeah.
But it's just, I get disappointed sometimes. But that's what hooks me in is a little bit of realism, storylines that make sense, and characters with depth. James Ellsworth, a lot of depth in that character. What they're doing with him right now is fantastic. The ultimate underdog babyface, genuine in his promos. Doesn't look like the typical WWE wrestler, At all. He doesn't look like a typical person, actually.
Honestly, I just want to know Vince McMahon's mindset when he first saw him, and then, now moving forward. I know he's been on Jericho's show. I got to listen to it again.
Yeah.
But it's just that he's this puny little kid-like wrestler. I'm like, dude, you're not going to go anywhere. I mean, Colin Delaney could have had his role years ago before he beefed up.
Yeah.
And they didn't see that, and he's touring the Indies somewhere.
Right.
But I'm a technical wrestler guy. Like, I love holds, I love moves. Evolve Wrestling is a wrestling show that I go to. That's kind of like between indie and majors.
Yeah.
So
that's right there.
So yeah, but I count WrestlePro too because it's full of characters. And one of my favorite characters is CPA.
Yeah.
When somebody ran that promo with the little screen and like his old VHS tapes, I absolutely popped for that.
I made that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I can be truthful on this podcast and say things.
It's not ours.
I know, I can actually put things over. Yeah, I made that. I shot that and edited that.
You know what else I like? The Jackson Show.
Oh, you like I
Jackson
edited
Show.
that too.
I did not watch that when it first came out because it was on the old channel. And the first episode, it was great. The canned laughter.
Yeah.
And then the new one promoting this show with Ryback and the Broken Hardys.
Yes.
I love the move where you slap Buster being in the trance and he just falls out flat.
I slapped him so hard. The first time, that was the second take. The first take, he pussied out. He moved backwards. I totally missed him. I was like, come on, man.
Oh, man.
You got to take the slap for the team, but yeah.
How did, honestly, out of the show, I'm going to segue over to wrestling.
Yeah.
But how did Buster Jackson become, how did it work with him?
Becoming a Jackson?
Yes.
We're all close outside of this.
Okay.
And it's a family feel.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like we're a legit family outside of wrestling. Definitely spend a lot of time together, and we just all connect.
I got that from Moff.
Yeah.
And also, not to break kayfabe or anything, but I saw that with Buck's bachelor party or one of his parties before he got married.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, these guys are all together.
That's what it is.
And some people in wrestling, they look at you and they will see you with like another face, and they're like, oh my God, they're breaking kayfabe. They're killing the business. They're killing the business. Like, these guys are all close. I mean, friends make great enemies on TV.
Absolutely.
Shawn Michaels and Triple H, they beat the crap out of each other.
Everyone knew they were close, but on TV it translates because you trust the other person. When you're close like family, you trust them, you know? And Buster was just a natural fit because we were all very close to him while he was training. He's done great. He looks great in the ring. He's really put himself together. He plays the role perfectly.
He's like the Fallout guy. Like, he takes all the blows.
Gets his ass kicked.
And
that's because Mark doesn't want to bump.
He's always with his shirt off too.
He's got a flex.
Yeah. Because I told you that he has the apron on and he's always with his shirt off. I'm like, God, get him a shirt.
Never.
So I love the Heavenly Bodies. They're awesome here, and they're awesome when I see them at Cheer 1. They be screaming at the kids.
Isn't that the best?
And then Chris Payne with his blank looks.
Yes.
It's just so awesome.
He just sends a shiver down your spine.
Yeah.
Just looks at you like, he gives you douche chills.
Yeah.
He gives you douche chills.
He's going to be on the show soon.
Awesome.
There's a matter that we have talked about online about Black Lives Matter, and he was like, Blue Lives Matter.
Oh, that'll be a good dynamic.
Well, it should have been done months ago, like before this whole quote unquote election thing. And
right.
We could have got a lot of mileage off of that.
I still think you can.
Yeah, because
now you can talk about the results of the election and your take, his take.
Well, I'm not avant-garde about that, and people probably unfollow this show if we ever say something political like that.
Right, yeah.
We got a billionaire president for people who don't know, and there'll be no walls put up, probably reinforced.
Yeah.
But anyway, where did you come? How did you bring this Shining Edward Jackson character up?
Oh wow, this was not my idea at all.
Whose idea was it?
It was actually Pat Buck and Eric Pleska's idea in PWS.
Oh yeah, it's Miss Tap Out.
Yeah, it was their idea. I was just I do all the Titantrons, like the videos, entrance videos. I brought that to PWS with me. Kevin and I run that backstage.
Okay.
Because when I met Kevin Matthews, I said, hey, I'm a video editor. You guys would do great with entrance videos. Let's give it a shot. A lot of trial and error, a lot of different equipment, but I think we've got it down. I was doing that for a couple of years, and then Heavenly Bodies were looking for a manager. Followed by I needed a manager. There's a couple guys names thrown around that it was supposed to be, but it just didn't work out with them. Either they were leaving the school or it just wasn't a good fit. So one night I got a message from Eric saying, he pitched something to me and he's like, how do you like that for the finish of the match? And he was just saying like a ref screw job or whatever. And I said, oh, that sounds cool. And he goes, how would you like to do that? And I said, wait, what? And I kind of stared and I was like, I got nervous. I got real nervous because I said, this could really change everything about my life if I say yes or no right now. So I told him I had to sleep on it. The next day, I texted him. I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it. And then Shining Edward Jackson, the name Edward Jackson, well, my name's Edward, so it works. But the name Edward Jackson is actually like it's kind of a rib on someone that's actually named Edward Jackson. That I don't know, but that they know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there's a real Edward Jackson out there that this is like a rib on. Not the character, but just like the name. Being Shining Edward Jackson. Shining, of course, I added because of Shining Wizards.
So the match that you screwed somebody out of...
Screwed a reality check out of a tag team match with the Bodies.
Okay. That reality check is Craven Viral and Kevin Matthews, for those who don't know. Yeah. And then you just transformed into this manager. At first, were you like just a heel manager?
Yeah, just Bodies and Follow and me.
Okay, because you were... so it was just Edward Jackson Collective.
It was like the family.
Okay.
Yeah, Jackson family.
And it turned into 5 when you adopted.
Devin Moore.
Okay.
We got Devin Moore, and I think that's when it turned to 5.
Okay.
When he turned on Craven.
Oh
I
man.
love Devin Moore. Devin Moore's great.
Where is he now?
He's working a lot of CZW shots.
Okay.
We still speak from time to time. I'd love to see him here eventually. I think that would be awesome.
Okay.
I think it could be a nice built-in feud. If he came back and helped Kevin, and who knows?
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Also, you had the theme song. Part of the theme song is "I Want You Back" by the Jackson 5. I'm
One of my
not gonna
favorite
put you
songs
on.
ever.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked it as a kid, but
Yeah.
I think when everybody played it, it just died off.
They killed it because it plays at weddings, like every wedding you go to.
Yeah.
It's always on.
And also, it is no, it's not. I Want You Back. It's ABC, with
yeah.
Shane Strickland with Killshot.
Right.
So,
right. And he did a show with us here once, and we had to not use the ABC for him
Okay.
because we had to use it for us because we thought people would get confused. So we gave him, I think, where's he working right now?
Killshot is doing Lucha
Lucha.
Underground.
Yeah, we used his Lucha theme.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
we used his
okay.
Lucha theme, but as Shane Strickland, so it was an interesting
Okay.
dynamic there. But yeah, it was just Jackson family. Ripped off the Jackson 5 for the intro, and then Mark or Dustin, Desirable Dustin, found this great band that does all this 80s synth pop. So
Wow.
we took the first song and used that, and then I found the most recent one, and it's very Horseman like, very 80s like.
Yeah.
I love that. I miss good theme songs like that. They're starting to bring them back now, but
I'm
songs like that, man.
I'm a fan of theme songs matching to a character. Maybe we can get a little technical about this because there are certain songs that just don't match wrestlers. Like Backlash. No. It was a Raw pay-per-view in September. I think it was Clash of Champions, some crazy name like that. And T.J. Perkins had this Mega Man 8-bit theme.
Yes.
And it's like, and I just popped big for it
So
because
good.
it was like so great. And I said, this is a theme that describes somebody. Like another one of my favorite themes is the Bullet Club because it's like the bad boys are in town.
Yeah.
And AJ Styles ROH theme. I can't stand this WWE theme.
I know.
They don't want none. It's just like he's a champion. They gotta want some.
Yeah.
So he's the champ that runs the camp.
Yeah.
So-
you want some.
Yeah.
You gotta want some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I see videos of you. If I don't go to certain shows, I see videos of Edward Jackson doing comedic things. It's like little small comedic things done to shine at Edward Jackson. I remember the Heavenly Bodies and Buster were throwing the robes to you, and it was just like one went on your head, and you're just like holding your arm out still.
Yeah.
And one of the funniest one I seen was you and Chris Payne. I don't know if somebody edited this, but you and Chris Payne hugging each other. He's spinning you around, and they use the theme from Titanic.
Oh my god. That was at a BBWF show.
Yes.
And one of the wrestlers, his entrance was like very long. Really talented wrestler. Name slips my mind. But his song sounded like the Titanic song. So Chris just picked me up, and right away I knew what he was doing. So I did like the King of the World thing, spun me around, and just edited it. See, that's what I'm talking about with the family dynamic, man. It's just like, that's how we are in real life. That's how it is, joking around, and we just bring it to the ring too.
Now I got to bring a little more comedy, even though this is really not funny as far as the person receiving this. But you took a shell shock from Ryback.
Yeah, I bounced kind of high
And
after that.
you did. The hat bounced and went out the ring, and
Yep.
I had to message you after that when I saw that video. I was like, Ryback, big guy. I'd be urinating while you're on his head. I mean, because from the pants and whatnot, because just him picking me up.
Oh man, it's so scary.
Because I mean, what other bumps have you taken that? You taken other bumps from featured stars? Right?
Yeah. Wow. I don't know how many ego drivers I've taken.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've taken a handful of those. Mr. Sacco got me.
How
Mr.
was
Sacco
that?
got me twice.
I seen one of them.
It was good. It was always a brand new clean sock.
Really, out of his pants?
Yeah, out of his pants. But he would rib me and tell me that it came off with someone's foot in the back.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like you had Mick Foley's balls in your mouth or something from the sock from the way he pulls it out.
It wasn't his pants, so God knows how clean it was when it came out. But it was clean going in. It wasn't on anyone's feet, I don't think.
It wasn't clean coming out.
It might have been. I was marking out too much with the sock in my mouth, getting the Sacco, that I didn't even think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, but he hit me a few times. Ricky Morton knocked me out. I think Mario Baccara. What did he do? He really messed up my arm. Remember that?
Oh man.
what did he do to my arm besides he dislocated my shoulder, and then he pulled muscles that it was such a muscle tear that like my arm became like black, and I had to go to the hospital for X-rays, and they just said it'll heal on its own. But when it's rainy and cold like tonight, it still hurts.
Okay.
So there's been like a few instances. Definitely Craven Varro kicked me in the face. I mean.
I mean, it's all business. I mean, I know
Definitely.
a lot of wrestlers that are like, "Oh man, you kicked me too hard, or you hurt my arm." And
The harder the better.
I mean, enough not to go to the hospital, just to
Right.
feel it the next day.
Exactly.
Because I tell people all the time, wrestling hurts. People say, "Oh, they're fake. They're gonna have beers after the show." I'm
No,
like,
if
dude,
that's true, it still hurts, you know?
Yes.
You know, it definitely still, like the shell shock it wasn't pleasant, you know? Like, I think the anticipation of the bump coming was scarier than the bump itself, but like, you just take it. You just gotta take it, man. And yeah, it's not the most comfortable stuff, but you roll with it. It's what you want to do. It's your passion. You love it. You open yourself up to it. It's what you do. All these guys, they kill each other every night, you know? Every show.
all right, I'm gonna give you a hardcore question.
Yeah.
Your manager at the EJ5,
Yeah.
Pain, Heavenly Bodies, and Buster.
Yeah.
If there was one member that you had to oust, who would it be, and why?
Payne. Chris Payne.
Really?
Yeah, Chris Payne.
That's so quick.
Kris Payne, only because Buster's my nephew.
He's laughing in the corner.
Buster's my nephew.
Unky Eddie.
Unky Eddie.
Yeah.
Buster's my nephew. Can't oust him.
Okay.
The bodies started with the bodies.
Okay.
They're the mainstay. Like, I don't think I would be Edward Jackson if I didn't have the bodies with me.
Okay.
If I ever split from the bodies, I don't think it would work. I always have to have the bodies with me.
Okay.
Chris Payne, I think he's got a lot of heel mileage out of this. And I honestly think that if I were to ever turn on him, he would be more over as a babyface than he was before.
Okay.
And I think that he can play both roles perfectly.
Okay.
So if I was to kick one out, they'd have to be the face.
Okay.
Because I booted them. Can't see the bodies as faces. Can't see Buster as a face anymore.
Well-
He's so annoying.
Well, you did that with Falaba.
Yes.
And Falaba is just like so over, especially his panda roll.
Yeah,
Which-
so good.
Oh my
Panda
God.
Express, he calls it.
Yeah, the Panda Express, excuse
Yeah.
me. So I enjoy your work. I'll be very honest, I haven't listened to Shining Wizards yet. I gotta tune in because my life is so
Dare
busy.
you. How dare not?
Look, this is not a show where I say, man, I listen to your show and it's great. Why would I lie to people?
Exactly.
I don't like lying, and entertainment sometimes is based on lies. You have to lie to people to get to another level.
That's
don't
true.
like
it's
that.
uncomfortable. I've seen it. I've dealt with it. I'm sorry. Let me turn my ringer off because it's very.
How dare you?
See? I don't even know who the hell this is.
I do like the WWE logo of the WWF logo of the Shining Wizards.
It looks good, right?
It does.
Yeah, man. That's an excellent old school looking logo.
I admit, one of my things right now is I love production. That I do this. I like doing this for networking and getting with people. Your video production is one of the greatest I've ever seen, and I always wanted to do stuff like that because it elevates wrestlers and indie promotions. Because most of the time it's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm gonna be here on this date. I'm gonna wrestle this person. I'm gonna do this, and it's just like, okay, everybody else does that. Can we get some promo work? Like if I lived here in Jersey, Bobby Wayward is one of the guys I really want to work with. I want to do videos like up the ass with him.
Yeah, he's so good.
Well, pause. I said videos up the ass. That's gay term. No, I don't want to do that. If Bobby's listening, I don't want to do that. It's just so many things going on, like CPA, him in the office, and I would love to do a video interview with Shining Edward Jackson, just trying to interview the Heavenly Bodies, trying to interview Buster Jackson, trying to interview Chris Payne. It's just so much to do.
There's a lot.
And a lot of people don't see that. They're saying like, okay, just get on social media and that's it.
Yeah.
And
a lot of these
don't
car
like that.
promos, I'm sick of seeing people cut promos in the car. I
Did
a
the
lot of
Facebook
guys-
Live?
Yeah, Facebook Live promos. The guys, they're like standing in like their bedroom. You see the bed in a closet in the background and like clothes hanging. It's like, come on. I mean, how hard is it to buy a black sheet? Drop a black sheet behind you. Get a floor lamp. Take the lampshade off. Put it on the ground so you got that light coming up. It's simple fixes that anyone can do that doesn't have video equipment.
Ask Virgil. He does it.
See,
in
Virgil
his
knows.
house all the time.
Virgil
and I
knows.
can't stand Virgil. I actually met the guy at the PW show that I was at first in August 2015, and he charged me $1,500 $1,000 for an interview.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
You told me about
that was when I was with Under the Mat Radio, and then that Tuesday, we invited him on the show, and he charged us, and the guy gave me his number, and it was disconnected, so it turned into a slam fest. And to me,
I listened to that episode.
And to me personally, I don't slam people, but when it comes to universal wrongs like that, I will slam the hell out of people.
Yeah,
and
you got to put people on blast sometimes, man.
I don't like it. I'm a Zen guy, but that's how it goes. Because there's a lot of people, a lot of promoters that stiff people of money.
Mm-hmm.
I hear about it a lot of times, and wrestling is such a challenging business when you're in it. Like I don't play around.
No,
because I wanted to interview with you months ago, and time escaped us and whatever.
It gets crazy. You have your hands in so many cookie jars, so to speak, that it's hard to find time after the show.
Dude, I'm a part-time commentator.
Yeah.
So that's why I came to you about WrestlePro, and I said, I got to get through Pat because Pat is the Vince McMahon of the business. He oversees everything. Mm-hmm. So maybe one day I can show my character on there and just. Go with Dave or go with you, and that'd be it. But let me tell you something. I got to do a part 2. I don't want to keep you on late at night.
Yeah,
I
want you to.
I got to trek to New York and
right.
find me some nice Asian women.
Yeah, there you go, man. We got so much more to talk about too.
Yeah, I mean, you do Nintendo. You do Nintendo. The Nintendo got re-released.
Yeah. So much to talk about.
You do. Oh yeah. By the way. For people who know Eddie and myself, I always call Eddie a dick on Facebook because he would do some of the craziest things. Don't take it personal when I say hey, you dick.
Yeah, no, never do. So to the people out there now, there's no heat.
No. Especially I like the Hummer. Kathy Hummer. Shout out to Kathy Hummer.
Oh, she's the best though. All jokes aside, she's great.
Yeah, she's a great super fan, and
You're
Summer.
great too, man.
Thank you very much.
You're patient because we've tried to do this before, and it just gets too late, and so much running around after the show. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make sure that tonight I get done and I sit down with this man and we do something.
Look, I got to alleviate my schedule because I want you on the off. Well, pause. I want to have you on a off week where I can just come up to Jersey and we could just shoot it. Maybe be at the house or have the Bodies or Chris Payne come over, and I can just. Have interviews with everybody. I was about to say do everybody. I was like, nah.
Interviews with everybody. Oh, good. You can ask Chris Payne how he feels about me telling him he'd be the first one kicked out.
No. I let him listen to the tape first.
Okay.
Instead of that, I wouldn't just put people like that. But thank you very much. Also, send out your promotions.
Yeah. Okay. ShiningWizards.com. Shining Wizards Network. Of course, WrestlePro Online. Oh yeah. You can also go on YouTube. Jesse Wolf 1. That's my little hidden YouTube page. A lot of crazy videos on there.
Jesse Wolf 1?
Jesse Wolf 1. Jesse Wolf 1.
Okay.
A lot of gems.
Okay.
A lot of gems.
I'm going to look that one up.
The WrestlePro YouTube pages as well. So easy to find. Okay. A lot of my work is on there. A lot of my stuff. Like I said, again, Shining Wizards. And Facebook, just Johnny Ever Jackson.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And part 2 is in the future.
Absolutely. I hope so.
And we're out.